in a session of Let's Talk About It. And today we're going to be talking about developing, branching out into a multi-virtual assistant practice. It is the hottest thing VAs are talking about, interested in, and want to do right now. So I have 3 wonderful VAs here in this session to share information with you, their insights, and of course the program that they have created that's going to be starting very soon about breaking into developing a multi-VA practice. But before we start, I want to say hello to Tammy Durden, Lisa Kolb, correct my names, y'all, and Nannette, I never get it right. Nannette, what's your last name?
Thelemaque.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And as they speak, I'll ask them to say their full name again, just so if I messed up, I won't feel too bad. Okay, I'm going to start this off. I'm going to ask a couple questions. I'm going to turn it over to them. My first question, ladies, and I'd like an answer from each of you, is why you decided to do this and what makes you think you are qualified to teach me how to break into becoming a multi-VA practice.
If I'm the newbie, I'll go first. So I'm the newbie of the group. And newbie in that I'm starting out building my team. And so I would say that the reason why I'm doing it is because I'm in the process of building a team right now in the starting stage, in the beginning stage. And so the reason why I think I'm qualified to speak about how I'm doing it is that I'm coming in from where most of the students who are interested in this are going to be coming in. I'm feeling the pain points and the hurts of doing it, and so I can give them the beginning steps of what to avoid, what not to do. I've had a huge experience in just starting to set this up. So in terms of being able to relay what it takes in the beginning stages to do this is where I'm at. Plus I have, because of the fact that I have a background in sales and marketing, I could also give input that's outside of being a virtual assistant, just being a sales and marketing person, and give insight on how to do that. But I feel I'm qualified in terms of giving the first steps to doing this and how to avoid mistakes and pitfalls.
Okay, Lisa or Tammy, give me your answers.
Sure. Sorry about that. My battery's going, so I had to get down there and plug in the battery, the cord. But I don't know if we mentioned, our group is called VA to VA Mastermind Live, and we have actually been doing videos, monthly videos, Sharon, for 3 years. So we've been together as a panel for 3 years, and we originally began because there was nothing out there about talking about people creating multi-VA companies. There were a few around, but nobody really getting together and helping one another who were doing this. And so 3 years ago, I just kind of put a message out, I think it was on Google Plus, because that was really hot at the time, and just said, in our community, is anybody interested? And fortunately, Nannette and Lisa were, and we got together alone and said, talked about things and said, is this something that others would benefit from? And we thought it was, and so we began the monthly, just to give you a little history. So we began the monthly sessions, which also included experts that we had on, from various times, and guests on a lot of different subjects about creating multi-VA companies. And so now I've been in business for over 10 years now, and started out in lead generation with being an assistant, and then have now multiplied. And my whole goal when I began was to actually be a multi-VA company. I didn't know what that was at the time. I just knew when I had enough work to share, I wanted to share it with other disabled professionals because I'm disabled and have to work from home. And I knew there were plenty others who needed that. So I started knowing I wanted to share the work and become a multi-VA company. And so when that transition began and I was struggling in it and trying to figure out the do's and don'ts of it and all of those things, that's, you know, after a couple of years of trying that, I finally reached out and said, hey, you know, do you guys want, you know, we're all struggling in this who are doing it. And so now, though, I'm in a great place. My company is doing wonderful, and, you know, we have a great team. It goes up and down just like every VA's work, and, you know, where you have more and you have less at times. And I think that we qualify as experts because we're in it and we've been through it. We've made the mistakes, we've made the joys of being able to do it, and we walk you through detailed instructions every week. It's a 6-week session. And so we walk you through every step and give you tons of resources.
Thank you for having us, Sharon. We really appreciate you taking the time to have this Let's Talk About It with us. I became a team owner kind of happenstance. My daughter and I started this virtual assistant business 8.5 years ago, and we were going to be the team. And we didn't even consider ourselves as a team, just co-owners. But as the word started getting out, we were approached by some professionals that also wanted to join up with us and work remotely and share their skill sets with some flexibility. So I kind of had to scramble with getting subcontractor agreements and vetting questions, interview questions, and things like that, because it kind of blindsided us in that way. But as far as being an expert, you know, all three of us are still learning. There is not one way that we can anticipate every single situation. But, you know, with Tammy's 10 years, my 8.5 years, and Nannette's been in it a few years now, 3 or 4 years, then we together and collectively put to use this course for others to be able to learn from. And we have all of the tools, the templates and everything up front. So there's not a whole lot of work that they have to do like I did starting out, you know, scrambling to get subcontractor agreements and things like that.
Okay, so based on what I just heard, you all have experiences up to 10 plus years. With the combination of you all, 20 plus years of experience. So that's great, I understand that. But I guess my next question is, and say I'm a newbie. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know which one, it's just based on the day and the time of day it is. I can say it's an advantage to have the 27 years and 11 months of experience I have. But say I'm brand new. When and why do I decide to transition from a solo practice to a multi-VA practice? When do I do that? In what stage of my business should I be making that consideration?
Well, Sharon, I think there's a number of options, actually. We've seen, you know, we were talking a little bit before, but we've seen new VAs come on with the intention of wanting to start a multi-VA company. So they right out the gate want to start it. So they want to learn it. They want to learn how to bring on new people, how to do the marketing and all of those things. So there are those who start out wanting that. Then there are those who, you know, like some of us eventually became overwhelmed, you know, and you have too much work. And we say there's a difference between just subcontracting and building a team, because subcontracting is when you have that overwhelm or you just need help on a project. But building a team is intentionally picking those people that you're going to work with long term. And so, so when you get to the point of where you have enough work that you can share that work and be able to give out some of that work, that's when you need to start thinking about it and thinking about how you want to create your business model as a multi-VA. And so there's a number of ways you can do it. It's not one fast way, 5 years in, 2 years in, or 1 year. You know, it just really depends. And as you know, VAs focus on so many different different things now. We have so many different options. And so it can really depend on where they are in their business and when they want to do it as well. Any other comments, ladies?
I would say, you know, the easiest way for a new VA to decide when they need to build a team is to, like Tammy said, if you're overwhelmed with work and you don't want to turn anyone away or just refer to another VA, if you want to keep the work, quote unquote, in-house, if you want to offer services other than what you are actually experienced in, and you would like to have team members, like I don't know how to build websites. I can maintain them, but I don't know how to build them. So if you have a certain skill set that you're already offering and you would like to, you know, bring alongside website design, then that may be a good reason to get a team member. So like Tammy said, there are several different avenues that you can take it, but that's my answer. You know, just either you're stretched with clients and you're to your max on hours, and you don't want to turn any work away, or you want to offer something that you may not necessarily be skilled in.
And also, I just want to mention also, if you want to scale your business and increase your income, that's a huge reason to do it. And that can be at any point in your business. Because, you know, we tell our clients all the time, you need to work on your business, not in it. Well, we do too if we're going to scale our businesses. And the only way to do that is to add team members.
So when you're adding team members, does your business change from a solo practitioner to you having employees and responsible for if they're US based as an example, for paying their FICA and other expenses and offering benefits? Or are they still considered their own VA practice?
Well, I'd say that no, they would be subcontractors. They would not be employees. And you wouldn't, because the whole idea is not to incur the cost of that. Just like, you know, we sell ourselves to companies that, for that same reason. I use the analogy of a contractor, you know, whether a painting contractor, a building contractor, that gets subcontractors with very specific skills when building a house or doing a paint job, whatever. They go out and market for the opportunity, and then they have a team that they bring in to work with them. And if you look at the model of any contractor, they have people that they go to all the time, the same people, but they're not employees, they're subcontractors. And that's the same model.
Okay, so does that subcontractor commit to you for a certain number of hours a month or a certain number of projects? You are their number one priority, or do they, you know, work for you when they feel like it?
I don't know about, I'm sure Lisa can attest to her group of people, but for me, I have one that would probably just work with me because she is not looking to branch out. I have another one who has other clients and his own team that I bring in, and I know to bring in every time for web development because he's got the skill sets I don't have, and so he's on my team. So it really depends on what's motivating that subcontractor. The bottom line is that what I ask for is a commitment that if I reach out to them, they're there for me, and they're happy to do that.
You know, with Nannette saying, they are committed to our businesses and our companies. That's one of the biggest things that we do have to ask for, because what my goal, I mean, to me, my clients, of course, are important, but my team is important, and I feel the weight of that, making sure they have the work that you know, I want to give them. And so most of the time when I bring somebody on, I make sure we already have the work and that it's probably a consistent client, in that it's social media or an ongoing client that we're going to have email marketing, you know, whatever it is. And so they're committed to helping us promote that client, to work hard on that client, and they're going to hopefully stay with us for quite a while. I went through the struggle of the on again, off again, and all of that, believe me. So those are some of the things we'll talk about in the course too. because there are, yeah, we've all made mistakes and we've done it different ways, but they're not employees. They are still subcontractors. And as such, we do still have to submit 1099s if they do make over 400 a year in the US with us. And if they're outside the US, we have to submit another form and have them fill that out. But other than that, they're not, you know, benefits or anything like that. They own their own business.
So relative to marketing, you market as a group, meaning the multi-VA practice, and you as the owner are responsible for the marketing, or does the team members market also and get a percentage, as example, if they bring a client in under your auspices?
Yes, actually we do. You know, and that's the great thing. A lot of VAs don't know how to market or don't want to. And so that's a perfect fit for one of us, you know, to come on to a multi-VA company, because then they're still getting the work, but they don't have to worry about the marketing. We as the team owners, that is our responsibility, or we contract out with one of our team members, you know, to do it. But we definitely, it's our responsibility to bring in the work for the whole team.
Now, I have a little bit of a twist on that. I do encourage that my team members market for the company, and I have an incentive program set up to where if they bring a client in and they work with that client that they bring in, they get an incentive. And if they bring the client in that needs a service that they can't offer but another team member can, there's another incentive there. So I do encourage that the team members put on their Facebook profiles that they are on our team. You know, that can, you know, lead to questions of what is Augusta Virtual Assistance? You know, what do you do? And, you know, they can go out and market for services that they offer, or, you know, us as a whole for the team, for the company.
I agree. I just started doing that as well, Lisa. So it's a great way to keep, just like you have employees, you know, companies that have employees who promote the company and talk about it online and on social media. You know, yes, I'm right with Lisa there. We encourage that, and it gives them an added incentive as well if they bring in more business too.
Tell us about your training program. When does it start? How long is it? What is going to be covered? What are the specific modules, etc.? Your availability as instructors to interact with your students, meaning is it all video, or are there one-on-one sessions involved, or is there a group session, you know, at some stage during the training, etc.? So give me all the ins and outs so the VAs can decide, yes, I want to enroll, and I want to enroll now, or I want to talk to you more about it. So tell me all about it.
Well, it is a 6-week session with the 3 of us, and it's live every week. And it's about a 45-minute session on teaching, where we're going through and teaching you. You get a workbook. You will receive also the slides with, you know, the notebook so that you can take notes if you like. And then we also offer a Q&A session at the end. So 15-20-minute Q&A live session with all of us. So anytime we go over one section of the workbook, you're going to be able to ask if you have more questions about it, or go into more detail if we need to, whatever it is. But we're going to be available for them. We're going to set up a private Facebook group as well for anybody who's in that. And we just actually decided that yesterday, I think, because somebody asked about it. But so we're happy to do that and be available to whoever joins. Perfect.
So the course starts on September 28th. Is the first day from 11 to 12. Again, like Tammy said, 45 minutes of the video and the presentation, and then Q&A for the next 15 minutes. And then that's reoccurring for the next 5 more weeks. So that's the course structure.
What topics are you covering in each module? First, identify the modules, and then tell me what it's encompassing.
So the first module is assessing why you want to, if this is right for you. And then we talk about going through a personal assessment, and then then a business assessment of why, you think you're ready for it and what it entails. And then we discuss that. And then the second week, Tammy will take over the second week.
That's
And
fine.
then,
I have it up in front of me, so that's
okay,
fine.
good, thank you.
Right. Yes, what Nannette said, we're going to be going over all that. I had it up just in case. But yes, so we're going to definitely be talking about, do you have the skill sets, the personalities, is this where we're going, and then how to do that, how to use your skills and to be able to do that, because every team's going to be different. And then also transitioning from solo to multi-BA and discussing key tools and all of that. Then the second week, we're going to go into building your team and the different ways that you can build your team and hiring subcontractors, what you're looking for, creating a checklist. We give you the tools, we give you example subcontracts, we give you the W-9 forms and the other international form. We give you so much. And then on the third week, we talk about creating your manual of operations, because every business should have this. And I found this out firsthand because I was very, very ill this winter. And I won't even go into all of that, but my team literally had to take over for me. I could do nothing. And I was in the hospital for a while and I couldn't do a thing, but my team was awesome and I love them. And they just took over. But what happens if you are gone? Is there somebody that can take over your team? Or you need to make sure you have this manual of operations in place so that whoever needs to run it while you're gone or whatever happens, you need to have that for them. So we go into details about that and give you a template to use to be able to create one. Then we talk about, on the fourth week, we talk about project management systems and how to use them, what type of manager you are. On the fifth week, we talk about the management of the team, how to assign subcontractors to clients, handling different issues that come up, because there's always going to be some issues here and there. And we've probably been through most of them. We have already experienced most. And then on the sixth week, we're going to just set you up for success, because we're going to talk about marketing your multi-VA team. There's not really any courses out there like this. It's really a unique course and not something you can just, go to anybody and get. And so we just want to make sure enough people are aware of it, because so many struggle with this when they're trying to go from solo to multi-VA. And we just want to make sure that, enough people are really aware of this, because there really isn't courses out there like.
I'd like to thank everyone. If you didn't attend, I know we had several requests for the recording. So if you didn't attend, thanks for listening in. Make sure you contact at least one member of this group to let them know about your interest. And in 2 weeks, on 2 Thursdays from now, I forget what that date is, but we're going to have another Let's Talk About It live session. That one is going to be about setting your package rates. Everybody is asking about how much should I charge, how do I develop packages, etc. We're going to have Miss Susan Bushon, the Techie Mentor, here at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 Thursdays from now, whatever that date is, talking about designing your pricing packages. And I know people are interested in that. So with that said, ladies, thanks again. Good luck with your training program. And I will see you all around the way. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you, and be sure to click on Sharon's link if you want to sign up.